Hello friends, this is Normal here for Technique, and in this video we're going to compare two mid-range phones, the Moto M with the Xiaomi Redmi Note 3. So Xiaomi Redmi Note 3 is one of the really popular devices in the sub 15k price point, and now we have the Moto M, which is priced just 16,000 for the base variant. There's also a variant with 18,000 which has 4GB RAM. While the Redmi Note 3 comes in two variants, the 10,000 variant which has 2GB RAM and 12,000 variant which comes with 3GB RAM variant. So in this video we will compare almost all aspects about these two phones, and we'll see which is the better device to buy and which is the better value for money device out there. So without any further delay, let's get started with a comparison. So first step, the design and build quality. So in terms of the design and build quality, we can say that both these devices are made of a metal construction, unibody design and non-removable back panels. We have a curved rear panel on the Moto M with chamfered edges and flat edges, while we have a curved edge and flat back on the Redmi Note 3. So holding the device, you would say the Redmi Note 3 feels better because the Moto M has sharper edges, but at the same time the Redmi Note 3 is a bit slippery because of the curved edge, and Moto M feels better in when you grip the device. So overall, in terms of the design and build quality, both are equally good, but our choice would be the Moto M for slightly better build quality. Now let's talk about the display. Now here both have 5.5 inch screen size and IPS LCD panel, and we have a Corning Gorilla Glass protection on the Moto M, while it's a toughened glass on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. Now the display quality is pretty good on both the phones, and they have pretty good viewing angles. Sharpness levels are also pretty good, and the sunlight eligibility is pretty decent. But on the Redmi Note 3 we have the sunlight display feature, which makes the display slightly more superior. And overall there is also reading mode on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, which is an additional feature which is helpful if you're reading a lot on the mobile phone. So overall, in terms of display quality, both are equally good, but again because of the sunlight legibility and also some additional options on the display, we would choose the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. Next up, we'll talk about the software and the performance. So first up, let's have a look at the software on the Moto M. So here we can see that this is stock Android, and this is one of those really good devices with stock like UI, and which has promised upgrade to Android 7.0, and you can see that no apps are included, just the basic apps, along with some third-party apps like from Microsoft is included. Apart from that, it looks stock Android, and no major customization or options are included. So that's a basic UI, and it does not have much of options also included. There is also no Moto app included in this device, so because it's a MediaTek chipset, so that's the reason Moto app is not included. Apart from that, the software looks good, and if you're a person who loves a stock experience, you won't be disappointed with the Moto's interface. Now looking at the UI of the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, so this runs on MIUI 8, and we have additional options included. So there are lots of features in the MIUI 8, and you also have support for themes, and it's a customized notification center, and a lot of additional tools like the second space, MIUI, the dual apps feature is there. Then there's a plethora of options in the MIUI, and this comes with multiple home screens devoid of an app drawer. So if you're a person who loves a lot of customization with themes, changing icons, background wallpaper, and all other stuffs like fonts, then the MIUI 8 makes perfect sense, because it offers tons of customization options which you seldom find on most of the smartphones. So it's up to you, the user, to decide whether you want the plain stock UI, then you should be choosing the Moto M, while if you want a customized UI with a lot of additional features and tweaks, then it should be the Xiaomi's MIUI 8. Now that's the software part. Now performance, the Moto M is powered by a 2.2 GHz clocked Snapdragon MediaTek Helio P15 octa-core chipset coupled with 3 GB of RAM or a 4 GB RAM, while we have the Snapdragon 650 hexa-core chipset on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, which is coupled with either 2 GB RAM or the 3 GB RAM. Now the 3 GB RAM variant has 32 GB of storage. Now talking about the gaming performance, you would say in terms of the gaming experience is the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, which is the powerful chipset out there and performs pretty well. While on the Moto M, you can clearly see some lag here and there, and not the best experience in terms of the gaming. But there is no heating issue on either of these devices. In day-to-day experience, you would never see any major difference in terms of the performance, but when you push it harder to heavy multitasking, then you can clearly see that the Redmi Note 3 is a clear winner with a Snapdragon 650, which is one of the really powerful chipsets out there when you compare with the Moto M, which comes with the Helio P15. The Helio P15 is definitely a decently performing chipset, but it's nowhere close to the Snapdragon 650 on the Redmi Note 3. So in terms of the performance, we would give it to the Redmi Note 3. Now additionally, there are dual SIM cards and VoLTE support and micro SD card, which is a hybrid SIM card on both these devices. Now additionally, the Moto M comes with 64GB storage, which is priced almost close to 18K, while Redmi Note 3 comes with 32GB storage, which is priced 12K. So now let's talk about the camera. So we have a 16 megapixel shooter on both these devices. You can see that both have dual tone, dual LED flash, face detection, autofocus, and pretty good cameras. And on the front camera, we have an 8 megapixel shooter on the Moto M, while it's a 5 megapixel shooter on the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. Now the camera interface is quite good on both the phones, and it does offer decent amount of features, including manual mode and other options, and does the job pretty well. Now talking about the camera performance, so here there is a difference because Moto M Motorola camera has been known for really great performance, and that really shows up in the Moto M. And in terms of the overall camera performance in daylight conditions and all other conditions, we would say the Moto M camera is superior to the Redmi Note 3 camera. So Redmi Note 3 is kind of average camera, not really the best in this category. So the Moto M definitely beats the Redmi Note 3 in terms of the camera performance, and even in the selfie experience, we would say the Moto M is the winner here. So camera performance, Moto M is the winner. Now finally, the battery performance. So we have a 3000 mAh battery on the Moto M, while it's a 4100 massive battery on the Redmi Note 3. And you can clearly say that the winner is the Redmi Note 3 with a massive battery, which lasts you almost close to 2 days of battery life. Now when you compare with the battery performance of the Redmi Note 3, you can get 3 to 4 hours on the Moto M screen on time when comparing to the 6 to 7 hours on the Redmi Note 3. So the battery performance, the clear winner is Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3. And apart from that, if you look at the fingerprint scanner experience, both are pretty good, and both have the fingerprint scanner located on the rear panel and does the job pretty well in unlocking the device. And apart from that, the speaker quality is quite good on both the phones and does the job pretty well. Additionally, you have the Dolby Atmos support on the Moto M. So if you're a person who loves listening to music, Moto M would be the better choice out of the two devices. So now we have talked about almost all aspects about these two phones, so which is a better device to buy here. So the Moto M has the advantage that it has a really good software and it is upgradable to Android 7.0 and has a good camera. But on the other hand, Redmi Note 3 has a lot of things going its way because of the better display, customizable software, great battery life, powerful Snapdragon 650 processor, and good gaming experience. Our choice in this two comparison would be the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3, which is also priced way too cheaper than almost 4K cheaper than the Moto M, which is priced 16,000 for the base variant. So without doubt, our choice would be the Xiaomi's Redmi Note 3 unless we are looking for a really great camera and also the latest software. So that's a detailed comparison of these two phones. Hope you liked this video. If you plan to buy these devices, we have the link available in the description of this video. You can use our link and buy the devices, and that helps our channel. So thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.